G'day guys, after 8 months of COVID lockdown, I finally managed to escape Metro Melbourne and take a trip into the bush. I spent 2 nights camping, 2.5 days of driving, and when I reviewed the footage I decided I'm going to split it into 2 parts because it's quite a lot of video, and personally I don't like the longer videos. In part 1 I leave from Buxton and travel north through the Cathedral Range State Park, then through Rubicon State Park, and end up camping the night beside Snobs Creek in a really secluded spot, which was absolutely beautiful. And in part 2 I travelled through Tulangi State Forest and through Murrindindi, also camping the night in another magnificent spot where I got an awesome sunset from. Just a couple of things to note: this was supposed to be an overland style trip, but within an hour I hit some really bad washed out track and had to engage 4 low, which was quite an experience for me because my vehicle is completely stock except for all-terrain tyres. So it was a bit hairy in spots, especially being a solo trip. Also, I lost the audio on one of my cameras, which meant I lost a lot of vlog style footage, so hopefully this video is not too long and boring for you. Once I've uploaded part 2, I'll link it above over here. So make sure you give me a thumbs up, ring the little ding over there so that you get notified when the next video is ready, and make sure you subscribe if you enjoy this kind of video. So let's get right into it. I'm about 5 minutes outside Buxton at Keppel's Creek picnic area. I've just let the air out of my tyres because we've turned onto the dirt road. I'm not sure what the conditions are like on the road, but from here I'm going to head north towards Cathedral Range National Park. So I'm going to engage 4-wheel drive high now and see how we go. So after about 6 hours of driving, I've arrived at Morris Lookout, just above Eildon, which you can see in the background there. I don't know if you can make it out. There's a little campsite just down the road where I was hoping to stay for the night. It's only tiny, and unfortunately there's already 2 cars there, so I'm going to have to keep moving and find somewhere else to go and camp for tonight. There's been some big drops of rain and there are some really dark clouds overhead, so I better go and find somewhere to set up my swag before the rain comes. As mentioned previously, I'd hoped to camp up at Morris Lookout, and the reason was I wanted to see the sunrise over Lake Eildon in the morning. But as I mentioned previously, there was already somebody at that spot. Anyway, so I've come down to Snobs Creek and I found a really nice spot down here. I've set up the swag and the awning, and I think I'm going to crack open a cold beer now while I light the fire, or try and light the fire, because it's actually started raining, so we'll see how we go. It's not a bad little campsite this. I found it by accident. I saw a little side street off the main road, so I walked down to see what there was down there because it was quite a steep road, and I found the campsite, so I drove down. Straight through there is where the creek is. There's a nice little walkway, and when I got to the bottom I actually scared away a couple of trout. Well, I assume they're trout. I scared away a couple of fish who'd hid away under the logs that were lying in the river. I assume they were trout. I'm not sure, but considering we're close to Snobs Creek, that's what I'll assume. The fireplace was already there. Luckily I'd collected some wood on my journeys today, and there's quite a bit of space. You could get a couple of, if you had a big group, you could quite easily fit a few tents in. So tonight we're going old school. I'm going to have jaffles cooked in the jaffle iron for dinner with a nice cold beer. Today was epic. I got to do some really good four-wheel driving, which I wasn't expecting. But the best part of today was seeing a Semba stag run across the road in front of me. Unfortunately, he saw me before I saw him, so I didn't get anything on camera. He just bolted. I tried to grab the camera, but I just wasn't quick enough. He disappeared into the bush, unfortunately, before I could get any photos or anything of him. It was a good sized stag with a good set of antlers on him. First jaffle's ready. A little bit burnt on the edge. Maybe the fire's a little bit too hot. But I look forward to tasting it and wash it down with a cold beer. It's just after 8:30. Beers have been had, dinner's been had, coffee's been had, fire has gone out. I think I'm going to retire to the swag and watch a Netflix movie. See you in the morning.